heard.
So, ladies and gentlemen, good morning and welcome to our virtual planning conference in preparation for the school-based training of teachers on the Matatag curriculum. We are thrilled to have you join us today as we work together to ensure the success of our educational programs. Unified activity matrix of the school-based training of teachers. Ito po ay very important for us to have the same implementation of the program. So kailangan po pare-parehas ang ating matrix when we conduct our school-based training of teachers on the Matatag curriculum, as it is the quality assured resource package that is to be used in the SBTT. The second agenda po is on the necessary preparations for the aforesaid activity and other matters. So, let us recall po ang workplace development objectives ng program design ng Matatag curriculum. So, every session po ng ating resource package ay mayroong mga session objectives. And in these session objectives, mayroon pong major learning blocks na dapat na makuha ng ating mga teachers. And at the end of the training, mayroon din pong outputs na dapat makolect ng ating program management team. And then, ang outcome nito ay doon mismo sa school, our end goal is to ensure the improved student learning through the effective implementation of the curriculum by the teachers, by the master teachers, and the school leaders. So, for the EPSS, our chief EPSS, the PSDSS, and EPSS, including the school heads, yung SBTT po is the implementation of your workplace application plan. Yung ginawa nyo po during the RTOT and yung mga resource persons in the succeeding training sa DTOT. So ang function po ng ating mga supervisors at school heads is to provide instructional supervision in the implementation of the Matatag curriculum. Our master teachers and our teachers, ang dapat po nila ay ma-implement po nila ang WAP through the facilitation of the Matatag aligned teaching and learning sessions. So ang WAP po ng ating master teachers and teachers ay yung teaching and learning sessions na during the school year and participation in various collaborative learning sessions. Nandito na po ang implementation ng Matatag curriculum. So, for the EPSS and our PSDSS, ang inyo po is to develop an instructional supervisory plan for the school heads on the implementation of the Matatag curriculum. Ganun din po ang ating mga chief education program supervisors, yung instructional supervisory plan. Sa school heads, ito po, yung mga school heads natin na nag-attend ng RTOT, ng DTOT, ito po ang kanilang implement na sa SBTT, yung school-based Matatag Curriculum Training Implementation Plan, and then an instructional supervisory plan for teachers on the implementation of the Matatag curriculum. Yan po ang ating terminal objectives na output po ng ating mga trainings sa RTOT and DTOT. So sa master teachers, After the training, sila po ay gagawa ng lesson plan na align na po sa matatag na lesson plan and instructional supervisory plan that show understanding of the connections among instructional elements. Yung standards, yung instruction, assessment, and evaluation and feedback. So yung lesson plan po ng master teacher ay nakaangkla, anchored on the instructional design framework, pedagogy, the assessment, and the pedagogy, delivery, and the assessment. So yung lesson plan po nila, yung kinder, grade 1, grade 4, and grade 7 ay following na po yung matatag na lesson plan. Ganon din po si teacher. Si teacher will develop a lesson plan that show understanding of the connections among instructional elements. Yung standards, instruction, assessment, and evaluation and feedback of the matatag curriculum. So, ito po ang simula ng training matrix ng ating SBTT. So sa day 1 po, ito po yung expect natin na sa entire training ay mayroon pong mga MOL. 8 to 8:30 po yung management of learning. And then mayroon pong mga 15 minutes na morning health break sa umaga. That's morning nga. 1 hour na lunch break. Uninterrupted po yan. Uninterrupted din yung afternoon health break na 15 minutes. And then 15 to 30 minutes na end of day evaluation na gagawin po every day. So mayroon pong end of the evaluation kahit na nasa school-based training of teachers na po tayo. So ito po ang unang matrix for day 1. Sa day 1, you have 8 to 9 yung registration po at pre-test. So at day 1, 30 minutes po ang allotted for the registration and pre-test. Then 45 minutes for the opening program. And then session 1, the general shape of the matatag curriculum. Yan po ay for kinder, sa grade 1, grade 4, and grade 7. So per learning area po yan. Then session 2, that's 11 to 12:30, the 21st century skills in the matatag curriculum. So yan po yung day 1. So dyan po tayo magsisimula. Sa day 1 p.m. in the afternoon, ito po yung ating sessions. So session 3 po yan. Hanggang sa 4 in the afternoon. Sa kinder, walkthrough of the kindergarten shaping paper. Then sa grade 1, walkthrough of the language, reading and literacy shaping paper. And grade 4, walkthrough of the learning area shaping paper. Sa day 2 po, may MOL tayo, 8 to 8:30. Then we will start yung 8:30 to 10 hanggang, kasi yung 10 to 10:15, that's uninterrupted break. Then 10:15 to 11, yan po yung session 4. Sa kinder, dire-diretso po yan hanggang 12. For grade 1, session 4, 8:30 to 11 with the uninterrupted break. And then 11 to 12, that is session 5. May continuation pa po yan hanggang sa afternoon. Sa grade 4 and grade 7, session 4, that is for the 8:30 to 11. And sa TLE po, there is session 4 from 10:15 to 11. And then ang session 5 sa grade 4 and grade 7 ay nasa 11 to 12 noon po. So yung session 5 kanina nakita natin yung session 5 dito is 11 to 12 pero ang standard na time frame niya is 2 hours kaya ipagpapatuloy po ito sa PM. So sa PM mayroong additional na 1 hour and 15 minutes
Ma'am
para sa
John,
session 5 ng
kung
grade 1, grade 4.
magpapirma
While
sa
the kindergarten,
official page by page.
please mute po, ma'am. Naririnig po yung page by page. Nasa page, ano na po tayo, 25. Sa 2:15, alas 2:15, we will start po yung session 6 sa GMRC for grade 1 and session 6 for the grade 4 and grade 7. Sa day 3, again, we have management of learning 8 to 8:30. Then 8:30 to 10, we have the Matatag Curriculum Instructional Design Framework. Yan po yung plenary sessions. That's 1 hour and 30 minutes. Then 10:15 to 12, yan po ay session 7A. Yung for kinder, that's the Matatag Kindergarten Pedagogy and Assessment for our grade 1, session 8A, navigating the new language learning areas, pedagogy and assessment in language and reading and literacy instruction. So then we have session 7A for grade 4 and grade 7, Matatag Learning Area, IDF, Pedagogy and Assessment. Yes po, we will give you po yung copy po na PDF copy po ng training matrix na to. Opo. So, then day 3 PM, after the 1 hour lunch break, continuation ng session 7A for kinder. Then session 8A, continuation for grade 1, grade 4 and grade 7, continuation din po. Then 2 hanggang 4:15 yung session 7B, Matatag Kindergarten Teaching Learning Resource. For grade 1, session 8B, Integrated Grade 1 Learning Areas, Pedagogy and Assessment in GMRC. For grade 4 and grade 7, session 7, Matatag Learning Area, Walkthrough of Learning Resources. Then another session for the MAPI and TLE, session 8B, for 2 hours in the afternoon. So after that, meron pong daily evaluation and debriefing. Day 4, MOL, 8 to 8:30. Then 8:30 to 10:15, you have the integrating 21st century skills in the classroom-based assessment. And then session 9, that's 10:30 to 12, after the health break, classroom practices to promote inclusion. In the afternoon, collaborative expertise. And then 3:15 to 5, classroom observation in the context of Matatag curriculum. So yan po yung day 4. Ito po yung day 5, management of school-based professional development programs. Ito po ay para sa mga teachers when they will be conducting their LAC. So ito po ang content ng session na to. So mapapansin niyo po ang session na hindi na applicable sa teachers ay yung facilitation skills. Yun lamang po ang tinanggal doon sa matrix for that training of teachers. So 8:30 to 10, 10 to 10, 10:15 to 12:15, yan po yung management of school-based credit programs for teachers po yan. And then sa hapon, yun po yung post-test, 1:15 to 1:45, and then 1:45 to 2:45, yan po ang closing program. So, ito po yung training matrix natin na dapat pare-parehas po tayo because there will be monitors. Mayroon pong monitoring na gagawin ang central office.
I will be discussing to you guidelines for the conduct of the SBTT as contained in an advisory dated June 25, 2024. So this is consistent with a joint memorandum DMOUHROD 2024-0580 titled Schedule of the Conduct of the for kindergarten and grades 1, 4, and 7 teachers, dated March 18, 2024. So, the rollout of the SBTT on the Matatag curriculum shall adhere to the following guidelines. Next slide, please, Michael. On the clustering of schools. So central and large elementary and secondary schools with 6 or more teachers per learning area shall conduct the SBTT at the respective school facilities. So yun ang ating unang provision on the clustering of schools. So central and large elementary and secondary schools with 6 or more teachers per learning area shall conduct the SBTT at the respective school facilities. So small and medium schools with 5 or fewer teachers per learning area may join the nearest central or large schools. And then the last, barrio and multi-grade schools may be clustered based on their geographical location within the districts. The host schools shall be near and accessible to all the teachers, provided that a school can accommodate the required number of teachers per learning area. So that is on clustering of schools. So those are the guidelines that we need to adhere regarding clustering of schools. Let's come to the provision of meals and snacks. So each teacher shall be provided with meals and snacks amounting to 600 pesos per day for 5 days within the following breakdown. This is per DM OUHROD 2024-0151 dated February 2, 2024. The breakdown are as follows: 100 for AM snack, 400 pesos for the lunch, and 100 pesos for the PM snack. On the procurement of goods, this is for the meals and snacks and even the supplies. So these are the field offices considered as decentralized procuring units, the regional offices, the schools division offices, and the implementing units. So those are the 3 decentralized procuring entities. So what is an implementing unit? So when we speak about implementing units, we refer to public schools which maintain separate book of accounts. So in each schools division offices, there are schools which maintain separate book of accounts and they are considered as implementing units. The non-implementing units refer to public elementary and secondary schools without separate book of accounts that are under the supervision of the schools division offices. Next slide, please. So the IOS, or the implementing units, as decentralized procuring units, shall have the authority to procure the supplies, meals, and snacks to be used during the SBTT. So remember, if the school is an IO, they will be the one to procure the supplies, meals, and snacks to be used during the school-based training of teachers. So on the other hand, the school's division offices shall be accountable in procuring goods for non-IOs as provided by law. So for the schools which are considered as non-IOs, it's the SDO who should be accountable in the procurement of materials and the meals and snacks. Next. Next slide, please. Let's talk about the delivery of quality assured training resource packages or TRPs per learning area and per grade level. The quality assured TRPs shall be delivered as designed and planned pursuant to DepEd Memorandum Number 44 Series 2023 titled Interim Guidelines for the Quality Assurance and Monitoring and Evaluation of the NAIAP core programs. Thus, the ROs, the SDOs, and schools. Next slide, please. Are prohibited to modify the TRPs. Remember, we are prohibited to modify the training resource packages. Otherwise, if there are modifications of these TRPs, such TRPs shall undergo another round of quality assurance. The regional offices and schools division offices through the HRDD or the NAIAP, the CID, and the QAD shall closely monitor and evaluate the conduct of the SBTT, ensuring adherence to the standards. Next, please. So for schools with only one teacher handling all the learning areas, particularly grade 4, other learning areas which cannot be attended to by the teachers concerned shall be delivered during learning action cell or during LAC sessions through collaborative expertise. So school heads shall prioritize all the learning areas in the LAC plan. So there are schools which has only one teachers, no, which have only one teacher. So if there are cases like that, those subject or those learning areas which the teachers cannot attend to shall be done during LAC sessions. Next, please. Next slide. So let's talk about the private schools, the private school teachers' participation. So all private schools may coordinate with the regional offices and schools division offices for their teachers to join in the elementary and secondary schools nearest to them. They will be provided with training free of charge along with the public school teachers. Next slide, please. Mike, next slide, please. The host schools are not allowed to receive registration fees from private school teacher participants. The said private school teacher participants should provide for their own meals and snacks and supplies if needed. So these are the things that we should remember. We should be allowing the private schools to participate free of charge, and those schools should not be receiving any money. They should be providing their own food. Kundi rin man la kayahan division. There are, may da kasi SDOs nga nasiri nga just like Biliran, when we monitor their DTOT, they said that they can accommodate their private schools. But for those who cannot accommodate about food and meals, so you can ask them to just provide their own food. Maybe you can call them for a pre-planning conference to talk about their meals and other provisions. So another, private school administrators shall facilitate the inclusion of their teachers during the SBTT. But maybe we need to invite them for a planning meeting to talk about their participation. Private schools under the jurisdiction of the regional offices or schools division offices whose SBTT has already been conducted may coordinate with the HRDD or the NAIAP and good chiefs and request for technical assistance for the conduct of the SBTT subject to the approval of the regional director or the SDS concerned. Next slide, please. So the SBTT centers on the collaboration and planning of teachers for the implementation of the new curriculum based on the context of their learners. Thus, the SBTT capacitates the teachers and school leaders to effectively implement the Matatag curriculum for kindergarten, grades 1, 4, and 7 through the collaborative expertise intensifying the LAC session. This is based on DepEd Order number 35, Series 2016. Next, please. The regional director shall ensure that the monitoring and evaluation process and standards are adhered to and intensified. So we really need to follow processes and standards when it comes to monitoring and evaluation. We also have here some NAIAP concerns. May we reiterate the relationships of each session in the resource package, the unpacking of competencies, the pedagogies and assessment, the 21st century skills integration, and inclusive practices must be reflected in the Matatag lesson plan to be demonstrated. This should be part of the monitoring and evaluation of the different levels from the CO up to the district level. The lesson will be enhanced through collaborative expertise. Next, please. This means that the demonstration teaching will incorporate all the outputs from the previous sessions. The Matatag lesson plan will show the unpacked competencies in session 4 and 5, the appropriate pedagogical assessment strategies in session 7A, the integration of the 21st century skills in session 8, and the application of accommodation and modifications in session 9. So we are now talking here about the alignment of all the sessions. Next, please. Sige, that would be all. What is necessary are those guidelines which needed to be adhered, in the conduct of the school-based training of teachers.
Thank you so much, Dr. Elena Luna, the head of NEAP Region 8, for clarifying some guidelines on the conduct of the school-based training of teachers. Next, we are going to hear this Curriculum and Learning Management Division. We are requesting the CLMD representative if we have it in the platform. Our CLMD people are also having a training program at Hayan. So let us have the concerns of the CLMD. For the National Learning Camp arrangement, the CLMD requested to stop DepEd or non-DepEd teachers or learning camp volunteers to handle the NLC of the grade levels with teachers who will attend the Matatag curriculum or the Matatag training on the curriculum. So they would like that the schools will assign DepEd teachers from other grade levels but experts or major in the English, science, and math to handle the camps of grade 1, grade 4, and grade 7. So mandatory po talaga na ang mga grade 1, grade 4, and grade 7 teachers will attend the school-based training of teachers. So hahanap po kayo ng DepEd or non-DepEd teachers from other grade levels but major in the English, science, and math to handle this learning camp. So from the QED also, they are in some important activities also, so they would like to give us their concerns. For the school-based training, it is now the responsibility of the school division offices to provide technical assistance to the schools as to the following. First is the conduct of pre and post test, the daily evaluation, the monitoring tool to be used by the SDO and RO monitors. It is already provided to the SDO, the M&E focals. The RO personnel can still provide technical assistance during the actual monitoring of the school-based training of teachers.